Hey, it's Buono. This is something I've been thinking about for a while, so today I just want to say it out loud. Our engineers still need it. I mean, in the age of AI, what happens to us? If you work in IT right now, I'm sure this question has crossed your mind. And if you are like me, not deeply specialized and still fairly early in your IT career, that fear can feel even stronger. I don't have a perfect answer, but I do think I see where things might be going. And today I want to talk about it from the point of view of engineering, not just engineers, because I think that's where the real question is. When I look at engineering, I feel like it has always had two roles. One is to build things that are useful. The other one is to build things that move people. And honestly, I think the first one is slowly losing value. Building useful things is still important, of course. But I think more and more of that work will be handled by AI, automation, and existing systems. The second one, though, building things that emotionally connect with people, I think that is becoming more important than ever. I'm talking about self-expression, creativity, making something that means something to someone. In other words, I think engineering is moving away from pure productivity and getting closer to culture, hobbies, and personal creation. Because if we are being honest, we already have a lot of useful things. Take a look around. Your phone works, your fridge works, your apps mostly work. We already live with more convenience than people had in the past. And still, companies keep making more products, and startups keep chasing tiny improvements like the world still urgently needs them. But a lot of those improvements don't really matter that much. Do we really need one more slightly better notification system? I'm not saying all progress is bad, but I do think a lot of people feel tired. And I think a lot of people are starting to question what all this speed and efficiency is really for. So no, I don't think engineering is dead. Not at all. I think it still matters a lot. But I think the reason it matters is changing. In a world where people care more about identity, creativity, and culture, technical skills still has real value. Because when people seriously try to express themselves, they run into problems, technical problems. And that's where engineering becomes important again. My wife once told me about someone she knew who added LEDs to their musical instrument for a live performance. That's engineering, but it's not engineering in the old sense. It's not about efficiency. It's not about business productivity. It's engineering used to support expression. And I think that kind of thing will become more common in the future. Now, maybe some people hear this and think, I didn't become an engineer to make toys. And honestly, I understand that feeling. A lot of us grew up thinking engineering meant solving serious problems, building useful systems, making things that clearly matter. That idea became part of our identity. But I think the world has changed. There is already so much useful stuff around us. So now the question becomes, what are we trying to build next? And to be honest, I'm not sure most engineers have a clear answer to that. I know I don't. That's why I started changing the way I see myself. This move from building useful things to building things that move people, that's not a small change. It changes the purpose of engineering itself. And when someone helps people express themselves, create something meaningful, or bring an idea to life, maybe that person is not just an engineer anymore. Maybe that person should be called a creator. That's why I've started calling myself a creator more than an engineer. Not because engineering no longer matters, but because the role feels different now, and the old level doesn't fully fit me anymore. Maybe this is a good time for you to think about your own level too. Catch you later. Bye bye.